Welcome. It is the equinox this week, which is such an incredible and exciting time of balancing, of coming into alignment. Where is it that you've been too much in the doing? Or where is it that you've been too much in the being? And we get to bring those two into equilibrium, into balance. So equinox means equal day, equal night. It is that time of balancing. How are you bringing balance into your life? What are some of the ways, some of the rituals, some of the practices that you can use during this powerful time to reshape, to transform, to transmute some of these energies going on in your life? Some things that are not serving you, you want to be able to shift, and then some things that are serving you, you want to be able to amplify. And this is the time to do it. So let's dive right in. I'm so excited for this time. I'm excited for this video because this is one of my favorite times, along with the winter and the summer solstices. And what do we do? So first of all, right from the start, I do want to say that I'm sharing an extra little tip to those on my newsletter, so you can check that out in the description. There's going to be a love letter, an Equinox Love Letter coming out with a really clear action step that will transform things for you if you're open to this experience, if you're open to this practice. I'm just sharing a quick practice, but one that's really transformational. So to receive that, make sure you are on my newsletter. The balance. How do we create balance in your life? Well, you start by being really honest. This is the first step. The first practice is being really honest. Where is it that you're lacking balance? Maybe it's your work-life balance. Maybe it's the giving to yourself and giving to others. Maybe it's acknowledging that your needs matter versus tending to other people's needs. Where is it that you're out of balance? Maybe your money, your financial field, right? Your financial energy is out of balance. Maybe there is more coming out than coming in. Maybe there is more coming in that not necessarily they're supposed to spend all your money, but in the sense that, we have it in there, we hoarder, but we don't actually use the money for pleasure, for joy, for things that light us up. And we're like, okay, I gotta hold my breath, right? It's like you're not enjoying life fully if you're too afraid to spend, if you're in the slack, right? So this too, where is it that same thing with energy, with time? Where is it that you're hoarding that and thinking there's not enough and there is no balance? There has to be this reciprocity, this movement of energy, this flow of energy, the giving, the taking, the being, the doing, and life flows. Energy flows, emotions flow. The reason that so many people have this stagnation in the body that later, shows up, solidifies and shows up as dis-ease is because there's no flow of emotions. Emotions is energy in motion. And so whether it's the emotional body, whether it's the finances, whether it's time, relationships, if there's no flow, there is stagnation. Thinking of a river that you just block it off, what's going to happen to that water? It's going to get quite yucky. So you want to make sure that there is flow. So the first one is what comes up right now. If you just get a journal or something to write on and ask yourself, where am I lacking balance in my life? What comes up? All right, so taking a deep inhale into this one. Exhaling out. Number 2. The second practice that I want to share with you is, basically spring cleaning, but so much more than this. So if you have an altar in this space, you want to make sure that you bring and get curious with the energies, what does it want from you? One of the things that I emphasize so often with my clients in one-on-one practice, but also in Thrive and the membership, is that it can't come from your mind. And this is what we go deeper in and, train and work on. How do I speak with my frequency? Because you can create all these things out there with the mind. It's not going to bring you the same results because they're not backed by the right energy. And then you can have the right energy and just take that one action that will transform everything, right? Versus the 20 that don't. And seemingly it's but I'm doing everything right. It's physically, yes, but your energy isn't there. And so what we want to do is come into this space, actually a practice that I recommend if you have a connection with your space, which, your space is it recharges you, especially the bedroom. because that's the first thing you see when you wake up. That's right. That's the last thing you see before going to bed. That space, making it, clearing it from clutter, putting elements that make you feel good, things that remind you of how amazing your life is, the things you're grateful for, the things you're excited about, things that bring you joy. So creating that supporting space is really, really important. Here in the Northern Hemisphere, we have the spring equinox. This is when we're planting those seeds, when we're creating. So you want to make sure you create with fertile soil, okay, not with gravel. And our environment is a huge, huge part of this because it impacts our subconscious so much. All right, so taking a deep inhale in, coming into the body. Okay, number 3. So whether you're in the Northern Hemisphere, spring equinox, or Southern Hemisphere, fall equinox, it's a little bit of a different energy, but it is this intentionality that's really, really important. So when spring, new creations, what do I want to create? What am I excited about? Fall is making an assessment. What did I create? And what does my transformation going inward look like? Right? Because it's the harvest and then going inward. As the nights are getting longer and things are calming down and slowing down. So this is the invitation. Are you intentional? What is your intention? What do you want to create? What values do you want to live up to? Who is the person that you want to be? A client recently said, I'm having a bit of confusion. I asked, how are you at the beginning of a session? They go, well, there's some confusion. I said, about what? About, the identity. I said, oh, that's beautiful. There's no confusion. Whenever you're confused, you just create one. You get really clear. Who do I want to be? What does this person stand for? And there has to be a level of commitment and devotion to this. It's not like, oh, today I'm this and today I'm that. I want to correct myself. Yes, in a sense of archetypes. That's a whole other topic. It's really fun to work with that. But there is all these archetypes are contributing to what I'm moving towards. And all these archetypes are part of that direction, that intention. Who is the person that I want to be? What are their values? How am I embodying those values? Who do I want to show up as in my relationships? What do I want? What is important to me? So these are the questions to ask yourself during this time. And as I've mentioned, there is also an important part of this that just kind of gets a lot of people stuck, and a lot of we have these energetic cords all over the place that are taking a lot of our energy and are keeping us from creation. And that's why so many of us are feeling drained and exhausted because of those energetic cords. So I'm sharing in the newsletter the Equinox Love Letter, and there's going to be that final tip of, another practice that you guys can do. It's relatively fast. You can actually just do it in a day, but provides so much freedom. So make sure to check that out in the description. I thank you so much for being here. I'm wishing you a happy equinox. We're also in this beautiful corridor of eclipses, so may this time be transformational. Maybe this transition open things up for you, open you up, and bring so much prosperity and clarity and power into your life. That is what I wish for you, and I will talk to you soon.